what the reality is. And that's been very powerful, again, in my own healing. Hey guys, happy Monday, and welcome back to our channel. Well, it's Monday, so today's video will be another Ministry Monday, so stay tuned. So guys, as you all know by now, most recently my husband caught the COVID-19 virus, and he later made a full recovery with no complications, thank God. And so, but for 3 weeks though, we all lived with a live virus in our home. And like many of you, honestly, initially, I was so afraid of the possibility of encountering this deadly virus. I mean, as a mother with a new baby, it was the very last thing I wanted to be in contact with. I mean, outside was one thing, but living inside of our home was totally different. Nevertheless, though, here we were. So during those 3 weeks, it was challenging. You know, being responsible for everyone and everything in the house, feeding a baby around the clock, getting James everything he needed, and then somehow having to be able to find time in there to care for my own self. You know, it was then though that I realized that I had come face to face with the thing that I most dreaded, that I was most dreadful of. The thing that I had spoke most fearfully about, like many people. You know, I was initially like, Lord, do we need this? I mean, honestly, I was like, I don't know if we're going to make it through this. You know, is Giselle going to be okay? Am I going to catch it and have to isolate from my baby girl and from my husband? So, but what came to my mind though during this was like the story of Job. So, which I know most of us know from beginning to end and everything in between. But today I kind of want to focus on a verse that was literally my reality at that time. And that was that comes from chapter 3, verse 25. And Job said this. He said, "What I feared has come upon me. What I dreaded has happened." And because that was so real to me during that time, my thesis for this message is basically and simply this. We have to be very, very careful of the fears that we speak and manifest into the reality of our own lives. I mean, at the point in which Job made this proclamation, he was like just beginning to feel the brunt of like all that he ultimately did go through. And honestly, at that time, I mean, I could really relate to his feelings. And so, naturally, as the Lord began to speak to me during all of that, you know, the Spirit started revealing to me, though, like the very things that I had subconsciously turned into fears and actually had begun speaking and believing. I mean, I can really remember saying things like, oh God, I would not know what I would do if, and I have to do all that I can do to keep this thing away because it would not be good for us, and if the virus came near us, ... you know, usually followed by a self-defeating thought, of course. Well, lo and behold, it became a reality that I was literally staring down. But what did I do? I rose to the occasion, just like the Lord knew that I could. Yep, despite what I thought I wouldn't be able to do or handle, the Lord knew better. He knew that I would not only survive, but that I would become fearless. And it was like, the Lord was like, daughter, don't you tell me what you can't handle. Did you forget who you are and whose you are? And that is actually what I want to encourage somebody today. You know, don't tell yourself or stop telling yourself what you won't be able to handle. Stop speaking fears into manifestation that the Lord will only be able to prove otherwise. Trust me. I know. So the experience of the Lord, you know, revealing this to me definitely made me, though, more conscious of what I speak to myself. It's now making me watch my mouth, right? And so now I really do actually practice a lot of caution and being very intentional and adamant to no longer say what I can't handle or what I would do if something did happen, you know, specifically freaking myself out if something was to happen. And so from all of that, here are 3 things that the Lord showed me. First of all, the Lord showed me that fear defeats God's purpose. We have to remember, y'all, that technically speaking, there should be nothing that we fear. Nothing. Why? Because God did not give us a spirit of fear. but of power, love, and a sound mind. Secondly, we have to know that no matter what we go through, God is always near. Okay, during that challenging time, yeah, it felt hard and there were a lot of moving parts. But guess what? The Lord was still there, moving and speaking the whole time. So you know what? Also, the interesting thing has been about this point also, going through this ordeal has actually caused even my prayers to change. You know, it's caused me to rethink the way in which I even pray. How so? Well, it made me think, like, maybe my prayers should kind of expand a little bit more, like, and be more like, you know, Lord, not that I don't go through anything, or Lord, hide me from this, hide me from that all the time. But instead, Lord, help me to remember to seek your presence in the midst of whatever it is that I have to face, because you are always there. I mean, think about it. God never promised us that we wouldn't go through anything. You know, that was never the promise. However, what he did promise us was that he would never leave us nor forsake us. That trouble would never overtake us when he's the head of our lives. Lastly, and I believe most importantly, the Lord showed me my strength. Yep, the Lord showed me what I could do and actually ended up restoring my confidence. Y'all, if I'm honest, I had lost a bit of my momentum over a good period of time. And I mean, naturally so. I've been through a lot. I've been hit with certain things, and had to recover, and so it's naturally so. But it's like, it's like when you step into a ring to fight for the box. When you first get in, you're nice, you're fresh, you're strong, and you're confident into what you're getting ready to go into. But after a few rounds and, after you've been knocked around a little bit, gotten a few good hits in, and sometimes even taking a gut punch, it just all starts to wear you down some. And quite frankly, that's just where I was. So this experience really, really gave me kind of like that end of the round recharge, and it gave me that confidence back that I really can do all things through Christ. So listen, y'all. I pray that something was said in this Ministry Monday that has blessed you and can give you a good takeaway for the week. If it did, why don't you hit that like button? Share it if you know someone who needs to hear this. Leave me a comment and consider subscribing and joining the tribe. Finally, I want to leave you with what I always leave you guys with, and that is this prayer. That God will meet you wherever it is that you are, and that you will allow him to bring you up to where you need to be. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.